I know it's a little unusual, but I actually had plans for tomorrow. It's kind of a mess. I don't know. Well, I'll tell you guys about it. Anyway, also a little different tonight. I'm doing something brand new that Mole brought home the other day. Actually, yesterday. So I don't know if this is in the store yet. I assume it is. But she went to this meeting yesterday, and they had like Mountain Dew and Lay's. It's sponsored this meeting, and she came home with these, which are limited edition 2022. I need to buy a couple of these if they're in the store yet or whatever, and put one of each up because I'm a weird collector like that. You guys know me. Uh, Mystery flavor though, kind of a different approach for Mountain Dew. It seems like I think they had I guess what you could call a horrible fail when it comes to uh, a new product. I don't know if you guys have you. I don't know how many of you guys are on like TikTok and stuff like that. It could be on Shorts here too. But I happened to see the Mountain Dew Fire, which I did try here on a live stream one night. But I actually liked the Mountain Dew Fire. I thought it was pretty good. And the Mountain Dew Fire is showing up everywhere, like crazy clearances. It started off, I saw it was like 2 for $1, and then it was showing up 4 for $1, and then somebody seen a sign 10 for $1, and I'm talking the 20-ounce bottles, 20-ounce bottles, not cans of pop or anything like that, 20-ounce bottles. And the worst one I seen was 40 bottles, 20-ounce bottles for $1. Or maybe it was 48. I think it was 2 of those, like, pallets. I'm not sure. I don't know how many of those bottles fit in one of those, like, I don't know, crate things. You know what I'm talking about. It's, like, flat and got the little teeth on the side that holds them. I don't know what the technical name for those are. But these things, they couldn't give it away. Like, I guess is what everybody's saying. Like, nobody would even take the stuff. I liked it, though. Like I mentioned, I wish I would have seen some for sale like that. I'm sure it's all gone by now because most of the time when stuff gets down to that cheap, it might hang around for a day or two like that, and then they just throw it in the trash. That's where a lot of food and drink ends up when these retail stores, Walmart, Family Dollar, Dollar General, Dollar Tree, if it's something that is close to date, and they'll literally pull it the day or the day before the date, and it just that's the, of course you guys know that drives me crazy, because here goes just adding to that billions with a B, billions of dollars worth of food that we waste here in America every single year. It's sad. It's sad. I couldn't believe the figure that they came up with whenever. There's been a lot of research done in this as far as. And that also accounts for, like, lettuce when it goes bad, cucumbers, fresh food as well. But a lot of it is shelf-stable type stuff. Bags of chips. I mean, come on. I have eaten bags of chips that were 2 years out of date, and they did not taste any different at all. Now, I have had some that were a couple years out of date that I think they were stored kind of improperly, and they weren't great, but they were surely still edible. It was still crunchy. The flavor was just a little bit lax, I would say. I would say it was lacking a little bit of that punch of the flavor that it should have. Now, you guys seen I have an MRE out tonight. That is, we're not locked into that. I actually just grabbed kind of the first one that appealed to me a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and get into the Mountain Dews right off the rip. So right now we're going to do that. And then we're going to talk about what we're going to eat. And maybe talk about a little history on the MRE and some things that are changing, some things that have changed. And we're also, now, Miss Renee, I think we all, look, you've got to stop. Cat. My mission, all right, come here. Come here. Say hello. Say hello. There you are. Hi. I'm Goose. Dad calls me Loosey Goosey. Yeah. Look at that. Come here. No, you got a flea on your face. Which, I mean, me getting it that way is not going to do anything good. But, you see yourself? Huh? Oh. Yeah, I know. I know. You was my baby before I had the other thing in there, huh? You're the baby. She's never been outside, this one. Never been outside, have you? I've never had a cat that's never been outside before. Cats are supposed to go outside. You're supposed to go outside. And, like, live out there most of the time. Huh. Alright, here. Down you go. Okay. Where was I? Miss Renee. That's right. So, I have been watching videos with what little bit of spare time I had today, trying to figure out how to get the GoFundMe set up. Part of this week, I didn't have signal. A lot of the places that I've been this week. I know, and if I did, I didn't have time to focus on doing what I want to do, what I want to get set up. So, as far as that goes right now, I will walk through the goals, but if you'd like to help Miss Renee out at all, there's a link to her PayPal. Miss Renee is definitely deserving of our help. She never asked for it. I volunteered this, and I have never done anything like this using my channel. The only thing I've ever done using my channel as far as anything, it's not really similar, but I guess maybe kind of a little bit. It was completely different, though. Was whenever we did a live stream for G. Schultz, kind of got him out of the little funk that he was in, and he's a great dude. I mean, I would not do something like I'm doing unless I could vet that person 100%. So I'll talk more about that. I don't want to get too deep into that. I know most of you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking about. You know the deal. As far as I'm concerned, I would not, like I said, I would not do something like this unless I feel like it's 100% deserved, or I would just do it on my own, and I wouldn't involve it being on the channel. This involves all of us, I feel like. Miss Renee's been around in our community for, I mean, 5 years, probably 4.5, something like that. It's been a minute, maybe 4 years, but it's a long time. So let's check out this Mountain Dew. We'll talk more about all that in a moment. Let's go down like this. Let's do a little zoom in. Let's bring MRE down here, which I don't know about. I don't know about that one. I'm going to start with the zero sugar one because, you know, I don't know if that's the correct move or not, but that's how I'm going to do it because I don't really go for the saccharin and you know, fake sugars and stuff like that. Let's take a look real quick and see what's in this. Excuse me, guys. Carbonated water, tartaric acid, citric acid, natural flavor, sodium benzoate, preserves freshness, it says. Caffeine, sucralose, there we go. Gum Arabic, sulfame potassium, I don't know how to pronounce that. Citrus pectin, okay, that's an easy one. Glycerol, ester of rosin, calcium disodium, yep, disodium, EDTA, to protect flavor, potassium sorbate. So it's got some sorbate in it, and 0 calories. It says after that, and then there's a little I don't know, yeah, QR code, right, that you can scan there. So I like this. I don't know. I know it doesn't really matter, but I do like the black can. I like the design of this. I like the color scheme. I even kind of like the pink with the black, the pink and the purple right there with the black. I think that's pretty sharp. And the orange is really nice contrast against the black. It's a good looking can. Good looking can, Halloween themed. I dig it. I don't really understand why going mystery flavor for Halloween. I don't know. I think there's more things you could do that are Halloween related. But I do like the black pull tab. And it's kind of weird that it's not punched out right there. I don't really, I mean, they're usually punched out right there, but, Anyway, I like that. Let's take a look. Okay, I really expected it to have some color to it, but that's not the case here. Oh, we're looking like Sprite. Yeah, I mean, it's almost, it's like a foggy clear. Not quite Sprite-like, but, you know, almost. Very lime and lemon-limey cat. You have got to stop it. Thank you. Code Red, maybe Livewire are the only real Mountain Dew flavors. Oh, yeah, well, Mountain Dew is the only real Mountain Dew flavor in my opinion, and it's not the original. The original, we wouldn't touch the original today, most likely. Nobody would like it. But lots of carbonation going on there, I'll say that. This little cup is pretty clear. You know, it's got like a little texture to it, as you can see through my finger through it. But it's definitely got that lemon lime kind of smell to it. I'm just curious if it's going to be like Sprite. Here we go. I'm going to give this a try. Immediately, the fake sweetener is just the first thing I notice. Literally, the first thing I notice is the mouthfeel and the aftertaste of the fake sweetener, the fake sugar, whatever you want to call it. Flavor-wise, let me give that another try. Well, I almost want to say that has a berry flavor to it. Almost like a blueberry. It does not taste like it smells at all. It smells completely different from the way that it tastes. It's really kind of odd. Huh. I'm perplexed. Huh. Well, it definitely has some sort of berry twist to it. It's not very strong. I wouldn't say it's an overpowering flavor at all. It's kind of citrusy while it's in your mouth, but as soon as you swallow it, it kind of turns into this berry flavor. I don't know what that is. I have a pretty good palate when it comes to well, a lot of things. I have learned this over the years with just personal testing and going through the motions of, well, I mean, stuff that I did for the TV show, which I had done before, some of the things, but then there was, I'd been doing this stuff since I was like a teenager, doing blind taste tests and stuff, because I would tell my buddies that I could do things like that, and they wouldn't believe me. and I would do it time and time again. So I wouldn't call my palate refined in any sense of the word. I would just call it accurate. So that's where I'm standing on that one. Okay. Now, different look to this one. No black can. We got orange with like a swirled pink background. This one, the black takes up where the pink's at there. And then the can itself is orange. So very pumpkin-esque. I'm going to move this can so it stops sweating on my board here. I don't know what the heck happened to my board from last week. What I got on it, but it was ruined with like grease spots all over it. I don't know. What did I eat last week? What MRE was that? It was chicken a la king. It shouldn't have been. I don't know what the heck that was. I don't know. Let's see if this one's got any color to it. It does not. All right. All right. Well, that can sit there. I would say it looks identical, which, I mean, that's pretty much to be expected. I think the only difference should be, really, is the sugar in this one. Okay, this one definitely smells stronger, though. The smell is definitely more potent. But it definitely, it's got a slight hint of lemon and lime. It's not very strong. I mean, even this one, which is stronger, it's not very strong. It's pretty unique, I would have to say. I don't usually smell my Mountain Dew, you know what I mean? Like, I just open it and drink it. So, and I do drink Mountain Dew, unfortunately. I have got to quit drinking this stuff because that's what's keeping me fat. Because I don't eat a lot of calories otherwise. I drink the calories at 240 calories per bottle, I believe it is. Anyways, this is the one with the sugar. I mean, you know, this is just, I guess, regular. What's this one? It's just Voodoo. Yeah. Soda. Voodoo soda. All right, here we go. Oh, wow. Most certainly different. I mean, just very different. Actually, the flavor difference is shocking. It really is shocking to my palate. It's kind of like got puckering me up because it's got because I believe it's so much sugar. I feel like the carbonation is not working to the advantage here. I almost want to say it's kind of it kind of brings the flavor down a notch. Now, see, I'm not so sure I would say that this one tastes like berry so much. I really cannot figure out what that flavor is. Huh. I recognize, I just can't figure out where I recognize it from. Huh. Pretty confused right now. I'm not overly impressed with it. First of all, it's nothing. It's nothing to write home about. I don't necessarily like the aftertaste. It's not bad initially putting it in my mouth, and then, you know, swallowing it is decent, but then, like, I don't like the aftertaste of it, really. I can't figure out what that is. It's driving me crazy. And nothing in the ingredients gives me any idea of what flavor it would be, or in the other one anyway. It just says natural flavors. Yeah. You know, I don't know what that is. It's got a citrus to it, obviously. I think that I can guarantee that from the smell. And it's hinted in the flavor. And then there might be some berry mixed in there of some kind. Yeah. All right. I'm going to take these in here and put them in the fridge so my son can try them. Be right back. All right. So, I pulled an MRE, which was beef ground with spice sauce is what I pulled out. Menu number 12. I thought ham slice was... No, that's scalloped potatoes with ham. That's menu 12 in the old or newer. The newer menus. Whoop. Let's see, bring that down a little bit. Right there. Ish. Okay. I've got every menu except for chicken a la king from last week. In that case of, well, first generations. These are 1983s. So, hey, Smitty doesn't watch my videos. And I need everyone to know. Thank you for the super chat there, CT. And Smitty, you better watch CT's videos, dude. Which I know you watch them. Don't you? Maybe you don't. Maybe it's a point that you're trying to make. Maybe it's just to make Trucker mad. I could see that. I could definitely see that. I would highly recommend you guys go and subscribe to CT's channel. I clicked on your video from last week, which Trucker usually uploads a video today, which I'd say he probably did today. I haven't seen it, but I can check right now. When I do that, no, don't start playing. I'll have to switch devices here. But we'll see if he's uploaded something today. I'm sure he'll tell us in the chat before I get to it, but that's okay. And this is an odd day for me to be live streaming as well. No, maybe spaghetti last week was the most recent one. Yep, 6 days ago. Which actually, tomorrow's Trucker's day to upload. So I'm a day early this week. That's right. That's right. Who? CT. When we have Oldsmokey. Oh, thank you very much for that. I don't know how do I respond to that? Thank you. I'm just going to say thank you. Yeah, and subscribe to Smitty's channel now. Both those guys, the Canadian, those guys are just your like super nice Canadians. If you guys don't have a Canadian subscriber count, like if you don't have multiple Canadians that you're subscribed to, then what are you doing on YouTube? Go subscribe to the Canadians. Love those guys up there. I've never been up there, but one of these days I'm going to make it a point to get up there, and when I do, I'm going to go and probably just like crash on both those guys' couch or in Trucker's truck. that would be that'd be a really crappy vacation. I don't want to come stay in your truck. I'll come to your house. Anyways, thank you, man. Thank both of you Canadians for the love there. I appreciate you. Now, there are some things that I need to address with with my plans, with how I'm going to do this, I'm going to make my own contribution tonight and kind of tell you guys what I think as far as what I want to accomplish. I had originally planned on this being a 2-week thing, and as of tomorrow, I would be 1 week into the 2-week plan that I had, and I think which I'm not going to drag it out, but I am going to, I think, double what I initially thought that I needed to do, because I've been thinking about Miss Renee and how she's going to get through the winter, and she's got to get through the winter. And here's what I'm thinking. If I can raise a total of like $4,000, that would double her income for 5 months. So that $4,000, break it down for 5 months, $800 a month for 5 months, plus the $800 a month that she gets, her income doubles to $1,600, and I'm going to have to assume that she could probably get caught up and make it through the winter on that. That's what I'm looking at. I'm going to do 10% myself tonight. That's my plan. That's my goal. I'll do it here in just a minute. Well, let's just do it right now. Okay. I'm not going to show you guys my PayPal information, but obviously not my password or anything like that. What the? So I had planned on doing this a completely different way, and I had planned on being able to come up with $500, but after my cable bill came out, I don't have that left. So I am going to have to do $400, which is 10% of what I want to do. But I also have been, like I said, looking at the what are they called? All the GoFundMe page, and I've been watching tutorials and videos. And if you guys look up on YouTube here, how to set up a GoFundMe page, I think I've watched like the first 4 or 5 videos because I was watching while I was in the shower and some other stuff, and I click and let them play and listen, and then glance over if I needed to. And it seems like the people that are making how-to videos were pandering. Like, it was just not what I expected. Let me just put it that way. It was not what I expected, and I didn't learn much other than it's going to be more difficult to do than I thought it was going to do if those people were being honest about how they were doing that stuff. Okay. Oh, hey, Horny Animal. Thank you, Horny Animal. I appreciate that. You are too kind, my friend. Too kind. I appreciate every one of you guys. I love you guys. You guys are like my family that I don't get to look at. It's like the best kind of family, right? But I get to talk to you guys every week. I get to talk your guys' ear off. I try to read what you say. I wish we could have open conversations. I wish that was a thing. Like, maybe that's a platform that I could come up with. That's a good idea. Anyway, maybe that already exists, right? That's like you like do a great big huge Zoom call and bring in 30 people, and it gets really weird. I've seen like videos of that happening, and it gets kind of weird. Hey, I probably should put it on live chat or whatever it's called. Yeah, live chat, because I always forget to do that. Every time, it never fails. Hey, Tim, look, it's yeah, no. So don't worry about it, man. Just being here and your words are support enough. Like, that's plenty. I would never ever encourage anyone to do anything outside of what I'm not encouraged. Like, it just, if you feel like you want to or you can, and it's not going to hinder you in any way, then you know we can go through what I can say about what Miss Renee's situation is going on, um, which is probably something I should do, and kind of go through and tell you guys, look here, how about this? Let me just turn this around. I'm going to take like a 5-minute camera on myself and talk about this real quick, because I know Miss Renee's going through obviously money issues, and she's also got health issues going on. Sounds like Tim's got some medical bills backed up. A lot of Americans right now are going through something at some, and you can talk to the people that know me in my inner circle, and they can tell you a little bit about what my past 6 years have been like, because I don't like to necessarily talk about that too much. I might mention like a snippet of it or something, but I first of all, it's a lot. It's a lot of stuff to talk about, and that's not what this is about. So, she's got to have a heart surgery. Her hot water tank broke and leaked out, ruined her floor. That's definitely got to get fixed by the winter. I think her, I was going to say her heater, but I don't think that's right. She said she was using space heaters. I think her heater is messed up, though. But I know tires were bald on her car, and she was behind on her car payments. And the other day, thanks to you guys, whenever they tried to come and get Miss Renee's car, she got to keep it because she had money to pay those payments because of you guys. Like, seriously. But you guys realize how huge that is, right? Just think about that. Oh, and the fridge stopped the other day as we were like, as I think the same day. It was probably like last Saturday. So like less than a week Saturday. Unless it had already quit before then. But I think it was last Saturday. So, you know how it is. Like, when it rains, it pours. And then sometimes it's like a tsunami and you just don't see an end to it. I've been down that road before. And sometimes I guess I let myself go to where I was like, I don't see an end to it. I don't see an end to it. What am I going to do? And I let my anxiety and my mind run wild, thinking like, how do I deal with this? I've done that more than I should, I'd say. I don't know that I usually do perform under pressure, but I can't say as I handle it great in here. Like, it might look okay from the outside, but in here I'm a mess. Like, I think that's kind of where I'm at when it comes to that. But because I'll just let things eat me up inside instead of externalizing things, I internalize things. But like I said, I think we can all relate. I think we can all understand. And if I can help somebody in this community that we have, that I know for a fact like deserves the help and needs the help and has been around forever, and I've never done it before because it's never needed done before. Now, I will say this, and I was thinking about this earlier. First of all, let me start off by saying, if you need to talk to somebody, try to get a hold of me or anybody else in this chat that you've talked with, and I guarantee you they will talk to you. Guarantee it. If they're not at work and being watched over by a boss or something of that nature that would prevent them from being able to talk, they'd talk to you. And even if they were, and you was in a situation where you really needed somebody to talk to, they'd do it anyway. And I would too. I would make sure that I was that person that would listen, and I was that person that would talk to you. Because I have talked to a lot of people, not only through live streams, but in person and through messages and through emails. And to find out that somebody in our community, this has happened, I think, within the last year, kind of disappeared there for a while and won't be back. Was having issues that obviously weren't brought to the forefront at all. And there's definitely people here for you. Like, there's definitely people here for you. If you're in this community, we're here for each other. And I know that sounds gushy and whatever. Take it how you want. It doesn't matter, because if you're in this community, you know. If you know, you know, right? So if you need somebody to talk to, or if you don't think it's one of us that you want to confide in, there are definitely hotlines. I don't know exactly what the number is to it right now, but there are hotlines to prevent you from doing anything drastic. So just remember, if you need to talk to somebody, one of us is here, or I'm here. Like, seriously, if you need somebody to talk to, we're here. Timmy. I saw a super chat come in. I've been watching a lot of South Park like late at night, and it's playing on the TV, and I'm sleeping, so I hear. I've been dreaming about it because it's playing on the TV, and I fall asleep. I've been really tired. Smokey, I haven't saw your name in my drawing. You need to check it out. Well, I will do that. Typically, I'll say this though: if there's a channel doing something like that, I try not to necessarily get my name entered for whatever it is, because, and thank you for that super chat, by the way, booger butt. Let's I'm gonna pull it up. If it's like leave a comment thing, I probably won't, because like I said, I don't want to take away from somebody else that could get it when whatever it is. I'm assuming rations or something of that nature. I'm sure there are people out there that need it a lot more than me. And while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to make this contribution myself, and then I'm also going to be doing that auction. And I've been thinking about things that I'm going to get together. I'm going to do a B unit set. I think it's a 1, 2, 3, or like 1A, 2, something. I think it's a 2B, and then just a B3. So do a B unit set. I'm going to do like an MCI setup, which it'll have to be empty for legal purposes, as far as the these things go. And then I'm going to do the Polish ration that I have. So if anybody's curious what's in that, you can go back and look at that live stream and see what comes out of that bag. I'm going to do one of the Norwegians. And as of right now, that's what I've came up with. A B unit set, an MCI setup, the 24-hour Polish SRG, and I don't know how much that'll come up. Like, it doesn't really matter. It's just whatever comes of that. That's also going to Miss Renee, and I'm going to try to get her through this winter. That's my goal. So I think I've talked enough about it. Now we're going to figure out what I'm going to eat tonight. So handy, I have the MREs. I have other menus. If this doesn't tickle anybody's fancy, or if you don't want to see another brown bag week after week like this, 2 in a row, I have the Norwegians sitting here. I have, I think I have access to a couple MREs, which I've got a chicken noodle, which the last time I had a chicken noodle, I hated it. My son loves the chicken noodle, and that's why I typically stay away from eating it myself, because if the crap ever hits the fan, like, that's a meal that I know he'll eat. So that, I haven't stockpiled them, but the ones that I have had, I just don't eat those ones. I put those to the side, and I know, because that's a menu that he likes. I think I've got I got a pizza MRE, which I think I might have 2 of those, if I'm not mistaken. But I was going to booger butt here. There we go. So, something else I wanted to mention. Has anybody talked to Dub C? Hey, G Schultz, what's up, man? I actually haven't had a chicken noodle in many, many years. So I don't know what year that one is that I have. I'm gonna guess it's like a 14. I think they went away in like I I could be wrong about that. It's been a while since I've really studied the MRE menus because I used to know. I don't know. I'd say at least like a 5 year range, kind of what was in, what was not. Uh, yeah, I don't think chicken noodles is around anymore, and I don't think it has been around for a while. Could be wrong about that. Definitely, easily could be wrong about that. Like I said, I'm not up on my MRE menus, but I don't think it's an MRE menu that's been around for. I think it's been missing for a while. Do a Swedish. I do not have a Swedish. I don't. I don't even own a Swedish. I'm sorry. Well, I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce your name, but B. I'm going to call you B. I do not have a Swedish B. uh, Maybe just Swedish, but that is what it is. Well, obviously, there's a little bit of a bias there. I don't mind the Norwegian. I just feel like they need to be like more diversified as far as the side items. The calorie counts is there. The mains, I think the mains, which that's where most of your food's coming from in a Norwegian is your main, your freeze dried main, because they're Norwegian Arctics, and I didn't know, I wasn't for sure whether or not Norway had regular rations, but I have actually seen one. So bacon is phonetically wait, bacon is phonetically spelled in Swedish. Does that mean it's spelled the same? We need a Swedish meatballs. There is, I believe, a Swedish meatball main in the Polish ration, if I'm not mistaken. I think I've had it before. I think it was literally called Swedish meatballs, if I'm not mistaken. I would have to double check that, but I mean it's been years since I had that, so they probably don't make it in. And maybe they do. I can't remember if they literally changed all the menus recently, like the last few years. They redone the whole menu list, but Polish rations were exactly the same for a long time. Like they did not change, not even in the slightest. Got a 24-hour Swedish, one of the breakaway ones, one of the ones with the little tray where they break off. I've seen those before. Talking about a Scandinavia. I am a true one. Get to that. Wait, GT. What Viper? I have one Dusty Sweden. need to. Need to get that one. Okay, G Schultz says that's how to pronounce the name. I gotta go back and read. 24-hour Swedish. Bourbon Street Joe said. Chicken, egg noodle, and veg is still in menu 3. Huh. Really? I didn't know that. So Elandil says chicken and noodles is still around. Chicken, egg noodles, and veg is still in. Huh. Yeah, I did not know that. Miss Renee said eBay's full of brown bags right now, as well as a lot of foreign ones that she didn't know existed. Chicken noodle menu silly. Chicken noodle menu silly. I was going back to read something. Oh, Miss Gail says auction item details in my email. I will check that. Booger Butt, I do not see. I mean, here's your channel. Let me just click on your channel. Go to your videos. Giveaway and review, which was 10 days ago. You guys can go. I can't put a link for you guys, but maybe one of the mods can go to Booger Butt and Booger Butt's channel, copy the link to that video, and you can put it in the chat, and so folks can go over there and get entered for their giveaway. But yeah, I am definitely not entered. You are correct. So as of right now, there's 108 views on that video. I think we should be able to double that from folks watching this, I would hope, and have quite a few more entries in there. Okay. There was something else I was just going to do. What was it? Can anybody remind me? Because I was like, oh yeah, I'll go do that too. Oh, email. That's what it was. Email. Miss Gail said, details in my emails. Let me get to that promptly. Meaning right now. Right now. She's working on the quilt. Huh. That's really weird. Miss Gail, I got a warning from Google that's like, be careful with this message. Miss Gail has never sent you a message using this email address before. And then it says report phishing, and then it says look safe. I can click on either one. Really weird. Working on a quilt top for the raffle auction. Wow. Should have it done by the middle of September. Overall size for a twin to full size bed. Still piecing it together. Finishing. The winner of the quilt can request several choices of thread color, and I'll do my best to meet it. I can ship it straight to the winner. Awesome. That's friggin' awesome. That's awesome. Heck yeah. Well, that's going to be that's a big deal. That's a big deal. So I need to make like a little I'll make something that kind of has details in it as a picture. I'll edit something together. That way we can inform people, and I can also use that as like what we will use presentation wise for the actual when we auction it off. And Miss Gail, I know my grandma used to make quilts. I don't know what happened to all of them. I hope my mom still has some of them. But my grandma used to make quilts. Now she did it. I think she enjoyed doing it. So she would sit around and sew on these quilts all the time. She'd sit down with a sewing machine, in her bedroom. She had a pretty good sized sewing machine, which she sewed everything. I guess that's just something that was a skill that most women her age. She lived through the Great Depression. I think most women her age definitely had that skill through that time period. I think it's a skill that is great to have. I wish I had it myself. I mean, I've sewed some stuff together, but I would have to say it didn't look so good, But I know that a quilt's going to take. I mean, if I was to guess, what would you say? Probably for one quilt, full size quilt like that, or up to for a full size bed. If I was to guess, what, 25 to 40 hours? I don't know. Maybe I'm way off on that. I'm just going because like I said, my grandma did it with spare time, and I don't really. I was a kid. That cigarette's went out like 4 or 5 times. I've talked it out. Talked my cigarette out 4 or 5 times. I'd really like to have. I'd like to have a British ration, kind of, but I don't have one handy. So, what is that? I don't even remember what this is. Huh. That's the Norwegians. That's the Polish. Right there. Pretty sure this is the Polish right here. I don't know if that is or not. I don't know what this is, though. Huh. Hang on a second. Now I'm curious. Because I don't remember what the heck is in here. Alright. Death Nut Channel. Anybody wants to do something cool and support your boy over there, Chase the Heat, Johnny Scoville. Great guy. He stops in the chat all the time. Seriously, I like the guy. I don't know him personally. All I do, I know like an online presence. We've talked a few times. But from what I gather, I like the guy. I suggested him probably 2 years ago, roughly, to folks. Eating challenges, hot stuff. He's, in my opinion, he's one of the best. I've seen a couple people that are on par with what he does. There's a female in England that eats the spiciest stuff I've ever seen and acts like there's no reaction. I don't get it. But Chase the Heat. Check it out. I asked in the chat, anybody seen Dub C? Heard from Dub C? Anything? Like, I'm beginning to kind of. It's been 5 months since he posted, which is not like him, and I know he was going through. Like a work thing where he was a lot more dedicated, not by choice. He had to spend a lot more time at work, so that lasted, I think, about 3 months. But I could be wrong. He could still be doing that right now. It could have changed. So anyway, let me. That box felt empty. Okay, that's the SRG, which is what I thought. And this. I don't remember. Something I bought on eBay, maybe? I don't know. I'm going to open this up and be like, oh, I know what it is. Duh. It's the old IMPs. It's the old vintage IMPs. I'm a goof. I would not mind, personally, doing another MRE to kind of establish a solid baseline to see how good they really are. Because the first one, that I did was Chicken a la King, and it was resting on the outside wall of that case, which, like I mentioned before, where its flat surface was against the outside of that box. It was exposed to more temperature fluctuation up and down. There was no delamination. There was, honestly, the main had a little package taste, but other than that, like, it was perfect. Like, the Chicken a la King was how Chicken a la King is supposed to be, and it tasted good. And like, I don't like when my chicken is pink, and the gelatinous nature of Chicken a la King, anyways. It was good enough to eat, and my cats loved it. If you remember last week, they ended up, like, the little one got, like, bloated from eating so much of it. I could not figure out what this box was. I was like, man, what in the heck is that? Now, this one that I got sitting on the table back here, which is the ground beef with spice sauce, which has accessory packet C in it. You know what? I don't typically do this, and you guys know that I haven't logged into MREinfo.com in a really, 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 really long time. It's probably been two years. Now, it might say that I logged in on there because I clicked on, like, it was an open tab or something. I clicked on it, but I didn't do anything. But I'm going to look at these menus and see, because I would like to pull a menu that is going to have the most likelihood of being bad, which is what I thought I was doing with the Chicken a la King, really, with it being on the outside of the box, plus the menu that it is. Like, Chicken a la King's usually not good in these. Usually it's went bad. So, alright. MRE menu. Well, changed MRE to MET, M-E-T. You gotta love spell correct. Even though I type MRE all the time, it still autocorrects me. It makes my eye twitch. It ticks me off. Menus. Menu. Page. German EPAs. This is not what I was looking for. Well, I'll just go. I'll just do it the old school way. Here we go. MRE menus. MRE menus. And we'll go down to 81 to 85. Boom. That is menu 12, the very last one. With accessory packet C contains coffee, cream, sugar. No, cream substitute, sugar, salt, gum, matches, tissue, and candy. Which is probably going to be Tootsie Roll or probably just Tootsie Roll. I don't remember what candy they put. I don't think Charms made it in '83. Like I don't think Charms were in for a while. Candy is vanilla caramels. Yeah, they're usually bad. Chocolate toffee bar, which is a Tootsie Roll. Chocolate fudge bar, which is the vanilla fudge bar. Also, again, or starch jelly, which I don't think I've ever gotten the starch jelly candies in a first generation MRE. I don't think I've ever gotten that. So, accessory packet A has coffee, cream substitute, sugar, salt, gum, matches, and tissue. B has coffee, cream substitute, sugar, salt, gum, matches, tissue, and also candy in B. So B and C both contain candy, and so does E. E is coffee, cream substitute, sugar, salt, gum, matches, tissue, candy, and ketchup. Ketchup is in D and E. Really? I did not know that. And accessory packet B has the soup and gravy base. I totally forgot about the soup and gravy base. Menu 12. Ground beef with spice sauce, thermostabilized, 5 ounces. Comes with freeze-dried fruit, cookie chocolate covered, peanut butter, crackers, and a spoon. Pretty weak, honestly. That's a pretty weak menu. Menu 11, which is ham slice, that one's probably going to be good. I really don't want to. I don't want to eat that one because I'm fairly confident it's going to be good. But I can tell you what's in it. The ham slice only weighs 4.3 ounces. Freeze-dried fruit, orange nut cake, cheese spread, crackers, cocoa beverage powder, and a spoon. Menu 10, meatballs with barbecue sauce, 5 ounces. Freeze-dried potato patty is with the meatballs. Love the freeze-dried potato patty. It's one of my favorite things that come in the first generation MREs. It's only in 2 menus, so you only get 2 of them. And one of them is the meatballs and barbecue sauce, and the other one is the pork patty, I believe. Let me check. Wait. I thought it came in 2 menus. I know I've gotten one. Huh. Maybe it only comes with the meatballs and barbecue sauce. Son of a gun. Menu 9, chicken a la king. Came with the fruit cake, cheese spread, crackers, cocoa beverage powder, spoon. Very accurate. I love that fruit cake. Gosh, that was such a treat. Such a treat. It was so good. Beef diced with gravy comes with, that's 5 ounce thermostabilized. And it also comes with beans, brownie chocolate covered, which is going to be trash, but like always it is. And cheese spread, crackers, and spoon. So diced beef with gravy is going to be not the greatest menu, honestly. Like with the chocolate covered brownie, that sucks. Most people don't like the beans. I do like the beans, but and then the beef diced with gravy, it's rare that it's actually good. Menu 7, diced turkey with gravy. This one comes with potato patty. Menu 7. Diced turkey with gravy, thermostabilized 5 ounces. Potato patty, freeze-dried. Oh, potato patty, freeze-dried. Maple nut cake, jelly, crackers, cocoa beverage powder, and spoon. Menu 6. Frankfurters. Comes with beans, jelly, crackers, cocoa beverage powder. Menu 5. Beef stew, freeze-dried fruit. Okay, so there's a couple menus with that. Cherry nut cake with the beef stew. And cherry nut cake, peanut butter crackers with that. Beef slices in barbecue sauce. Comes with freeze-dried fruit. Cookie chocolate covered. Peanut butter, crackers, and a spoon. Menu 3 is the beef patty freeze-dried, which is 1.2 ounces. And it also comes with beans. Brownie chocolate covered. Cheese spread, which we know how the cheese spread is. It's very edible. It's just very strong. Or the one that I had was. Maybe it'll be better towards the middle of the box. Very well could be. Ham and chicken loaf comes with freeze-dried fruit. Pineapple nut cake. I don't think I've ever had the pineapple nut cake. Ooh, I love pineapple upside down cake and pineapple flavored things like that. I just got freeze-dried pineapples the other day. The worst freeze-dried fruit I've ever had, by far. It was awful. It was nothing like the freeze-dried pears that I've had. Like, I guess maybe pineapple just doesn't freeze-dry well, because it was like it was more like a dried banana, not a freeze-dried banana, but a dried banana. And it was like really, really, really hard, and they were really thin. I think they took like those, what are they called? It wasn't like diced or anything. It wasn't like diced pineapple. It was like a sliced pineapple, and it's just, ugh. The only one left is menu number 1, again with the 1.2 ounce freeze-dried pork patty. It comes with applesauce. Literally the only menu that comes with applesauce, which is fitting. That comes with kind of like the somewhat of a pork chop kind of. I guess they're wanting to think, with applesauce and pork patty. It also comes with the cookie chocolate covered, cheese spread, crackers, and cocoa beverage powder. That one comes with accessory packet D, which is the ketchup. Okay, so the menu that I got out, which is menu 12, is probably edible. I'm going to say like the whole thing pretty much is going to be edible. It's got the cookie chocolate covered in it. It's got peanut butter in it. It's got freeze-dried fruit in it. I mean, I think we need a little more of a challenge than that. So, meatballs comes with the freeze-dried potato patty, which is a real treat to get. And also the diced turkey, which is menu 7, but I don't remember seeing a diced turkey one. Diced turkey with gravy. Comes with the potato patty, the maple nut cake, jelly, crackers. See, that's also going to be a really good menu. That menu, and really, most of these menus are good. Most of these menus are probably going to be just fine. Like the beef stew, another one. That's another one that's going to be probably the entire menu is going to be edible. The beef slices, that's the main. I've had zero luck with the beef slices in barbecue sauce. Like it's like these, I don't know what you'd call them. They're like little tiny miniature patties that that I do believe would fit in the can, the MCI cans. They're round. They are about the size of an MCI main can, which is the same size as the B units. So it is slices that would fit in that can right there. And I think there's like 4 of them, and they kind of like stack on top of each other like playing cards, and like spread out in your hand. So ham and chicken loaf's got that pineapple nut cake. The beef slices, like I said, I think this ground beef with spice sauce is probably going to be just fine. Does it have anything really interesting in it? Beef stew. It's got the cherry nut cake. Anyways, I'm going to look at the chat right now. Do you guys have any like hardcore suggestions? I have this weird brown bag MRE. I've never seen nor even heard of another like it. It's a Menu 9 beef cooked. I have that one. I have the exact same one, Daniel. Accessory packet D from Southern Packaging and Storage Company. Yep. I got it off a guy that was a collector back in, I probably got it in like 2015. And honestly, like, I bought a lot of stuff off this guy. Huge box of stuff. And which one was that? Which guy was that? It was right around the same era. It might have been a year different though. I can't remember. I can't remember if I got that off the guy that had the frozen MREs or not. I kind of want to think that I did, but I know exactly where it's at, but it's buried. I know I definitely have it. I actually think I might have made a thread on MRE info about that particular MRE. I could be wrong, but I definitely discussed it with quite a few people because it's not listed here, except I did read something about it somewhere. I can't remember where I read that at on MRE info. I read it somewhere. Anyways. Yep. Okay. I got these menus pulled up. I'll leave them pulled up for right now. Trying to find out about it. So, beef cooked, it's just worded differently. When you open it up, from what I understand, it will be... What menu did you say it was? I can't remember what menu number was it. Hang on, let me go back. Daniel. Menu 9, okay. Yeah, that's Chicken a la King. I believe it might be this ground beef with spice sauce, or it'll be diced beef with gravy. It's one of those. When you open it up, the actual retort and the box that it's in will be named something. It won't say beef cooked. Only the outside of the bag is somewhat mislabeled. From what I understand, what I remember, it's been a long time since I had this discussion. But I actually, like I said, I actually do own one of those. I have seen a couple others pop up over the years, like maybe 2 or 3. One was in like a lot of MREs that I happened to notice that were for sale on eBay. I don't know who ended up with those, and they probably never even realized what they had, to be honest. Sort of fill menu when they ran out of something else. I don't think so. I think it was just maybe it was. No, because the menu number. If K-Man's in the chat, I think K-Man probably told me the most about beef cooked than anybody else, if I remember right. Him and somebody else had like knew exactly what it was whenever I brought it up, and pretty much filled me in on what beef cooked was and what it was all about. But that's, like I said, I mean, that's literally been like 6 years ago that I had that discussion. I think I bought that in 2015 and probably started that discussion in 2015. Or 16. Early 6, something like that. And, yeah. Say hi. Open your eyes, goofball. Right here. Right here. There you are. There. Oh, little baby. She's got rotten gut. She stinks. She farts. You're a fart. You are a fart. And you smell like a fart about half the time. Yeah, it's a little kitty, huh? A little kitty. I LC. I thought, what did I call her the other day? And I was like, that needs to be your name. What did I call her? I called her Survivor, I think is what I called her. I had a nickname to go along with that. I can't remember what it was though. It didn't stick. It didn't stick in my head, and it didn't. I didn't continue to call her. Military type of DC logo is rare. I know my friend had it. It was 15 years ago. DC a military type of DC logo, like military font. Velcro cat. Yeah, she definitely likes to stick to me. Ain't no doubt about that. Hook and loop. Hook and loop. Velcro's a brand, ain't it? Yeah. You get in trouble if you Velcro. Yeah, if you ever look at to buy some cheap Velcro at Dollar Tree or something like that, it won't say Velcro and it'll say hook and loop. Bloop, bloop. Velvet. Velvet. We call you Velvet because you're so soft. She's so soft. She's really, really soft. Like, soft. I don't know if that'll change the older she gets. You do not want to get off me, do you? Huh? Yeah, I hear you. I don't want neither one of you up here right now. No, you got to get down. Go on. Go on. Go on, Goose. You too. Go on. Go on, Goose. Thank you, guys. Beef ground with spice sauce. You know what? I might just eat that one. It came from the middle, and if that main is good, I don't know that I've ever had beef ground with spice sauce that came out good, and I don't remember if it's like a barbecue sauce, or if it's like it's not gravy. And I want to say it's kind of like hamburgers, beef ground. It's been a while. It's been a while. I have eaten this menu before, but it's been a long time, and I don't know that I got to eat it. I mean, I'd say I tried it, but I don't know that it was edible. Velma. I don't know if I can do the Velma. Velma just don't vibe with my vibe. Like Scooby-Doo Velma, which, if you guys have ever seen my Stella back here, she looks like a female Scooby-Doo. Like that, she looks... If you put the right collar on her and like a Scooby-Doo tag hanging off of her, she looks like Scooby-Doo. Don't you, Stella? I know you do. Okay, there's Frankfurters. There's beef stew, which I pretty much guarantee will be good. Here's turkey diced in gravy with accessory packet. Hey, excuse me. That's an outside one. I was trying to stick to the inside ones. Yeah, that's beef patty. I'm not doing that because that's pretty much guaranteed edible. Ham and chicken loaf. I guess that could be a possibility. That's one of Shocker's favorites, though. There's also another loaf. There's ham and chicken loaf, and then there's just chicken loaf that is in these first generations. And that's a menu that's not listed, but it does exist, because I had one. I sent it to Shocker. Slices with the... So this beef slices with the barbecue sauce. This is that weird... This is a weird menu, like I said. Beef slices with barbecue sauce. It's like they kind of carried over the beef slices from the MCI and just stuck them in a retort pouch. They kind of... I've never had them edible. They've always been extremely hard and like almost coal black all the way through because of setting in the barbecue sauce for 40 years, these ones. Excuse me. Yeah, I need to get something to eat. Accessory packet C, and they both have accessory packet C. Kitty, stop. Kitty, stop. I think I'm just going to go with the original one that I started with, and we're going to see. We're going to see how it is. Love the smell of those plastic bags. Hey, hey. Come on now. You got to stop. Go on. Go on. Go on. All right. I wish I had my little razor knife in here, because I would like to try to kind of somewhat save these packages, put them back in. My table, my little side table here is dusty, super dusty. Yeah. All right, just going to use the pocket knife. Here we go. Of course, there's a tear notch on these, but man, these bags are in really, really good shape. No brittleness to them at all. I mean, not even a little bit. Really nice condition plastic, and they smell so awesome. Go on. Thank you. All right. Right back up there. She does not listen very well. I mean, sometimes she does, though. It's weird. She listens like a dog, almost like a obedient dog. Okay, we're in. That's a really crappy cut on my part. This is menu number 12, beef ground with spice sauce. Made by Right Away Foods. It smells brand spanking new inside. Like, it does not smell old. It doesn't smell like the old MRE bag. It smells like brand new packaging. Almost like a clean swimming pool, but not like overly chemical, you know, not, they haven't went overboard with the chemicals, just clean smelling. Very, very nice smell. I love it. Freaking love it. Whoa. Look at that. What in the world? Did somebody literally mark that out? What is going on with that? I don't understand. I can kind of see it through the camera better than I can with my naked eye. What is that? Huh. Yes, I hear her. She's home or Ethan's home. One or the other. Somebody's home. Let me see what time it is. 10 o'clock? A little after? 10:30? Yep, that's your mom. She's home. Beef, water, tomato paste, onion powder, modified food starch, vinegar, sugar, salt, paprika, and spices. What a beautiful ingredients list. I mean, seriously. Simple, to the point. It's all you need. No chemicals. Come on. This is what I want to see. And I don't understand that box out at the bottom either. I don't know that I've seen anything like this before. It really does look like somebody marked it out with a Sharpie, but it's almost too accurate to be a Sharpie. And it looks like there is writing underneath this up here. It surely looks that way, but I can't read it.
Beat him 53-0.
Huh. All right. Accessory packet. You got your coffee, cream substitute, sugar, candy, salt, chewing gum, matches, and butt ration. Toilet paper. You've got to be kidding me. I don't know what's in that. It's not a Tootsie Roll. Here is our actually wonderful little spoon. I like these spoons. I think they're great. Had great luck with them. And a really nice looking package of peanut butter. Made by Kern Foods. Same people that made MCI cans of peanut butter. Some of them, anyway. That, and you had Steven, I think it was, or who? Well, I think it's Steven. Something like that. On the peanut butter, on the MCI peanut butter. Oh, look at this. Look at this. So, I think these are called Reagan cookies. As you can see, there's literally 2 of them in here. And these are your cookies, chocolate covered. It's not your traditional rectangle. These are 2 little round cookies that are chocolate covered, and they're always extremely stuck together, in my experience, because of the vacuum sealing, and then, you know, the way that waxy chocolate was. They were probably still kind of melty when they were put together. But I mean, these things right here, I forgot that these were in here. I wonder how many other menus these are in. I think those are only in one other menu, if I'm not mistaken. Uh-oh. Here we got freeze-dried strawberries. And they actually... Okay, so it's not vacuum packed, which I think was a thing that they were not really doing with these. Or if they were not doing a good job with it. But it doesn't really seem to have a hole in it, because everything in there still feels nice and light and crunchy. Wow. I've never had freeze-dried strawberries from an MRE before. And here are our crackers, which are not vacuum sealed. They're kind of loose. There's a lot of excess packaging there, and the seal was all the way up here. It's not close to the cracker or anything, and it's not vacuum sealed. Cat, you have got to stop. You're going to tear something up. Go on. All right, so there it is. Let me, this is an awesome menu. This stuff looks amazing, too. I mean, it's not every day that you find 1983, 84, 85, 82, 81, 80s, first generation MREs that are, first of all, anything's really going to be that edible. Like these, it's going to be hard to find these that aren't edible unless the packaging is compromised. But a lot of times this is bad, crackers are bad, your main's almost always going to be bad. 3194. 194. That is like, I can't remember what the date on that box was, but it seems to me like it was way after. This is way after. I think it was like 178. I don't understand how we have 194th day of 83. I don't get it. Cat, stop. Stop. You can't do that. She is absolutely ornery. This is an interesting box that I actually wouldn't mind keeping if I can. Let's go for this side here. This was meant to open, I think, at some point, but they glued it. They glued everything back then. I could just cut it. Alright, now this is really glued in here. There we go. Oh no. Maybe I just done that. Dang it. I did. I just cut it. Okay. Okay. I'm okay with that. And it smells okay. But I gotta figure out how I'm gonna heat it. How am I gonna heat this up? I had to have just cut that with the knife. Gosh, I can't believe I did that. Microwave? Should I microwave it? I can't microwave the retort, but yeah, I definitely did that myself. What a goof. Can't believe I did that. It's pretty sad. I do this stuff all the time. I knew better. I knew better. I should have just stuck with the top like I was doing. I wanted to preserve that date on there, and look what I ended up doing by trying to save that box. Well, I think I'm not going to be able to boil it. All right. I hate to microwave it too. What could I do? I'm going to go put it in a glass bowl and microwave it, I guess. Can you tape the... I mean, I could, but it wouldn't hold up in boiling water. The tape would just come right off because the glue, as soon as it gets hot, it'll come off. Oh! Ha! Horny animal. You got it. It's going in a baggie. Although I don't know if the baggie will hold up. Jesus Christ. Like that. Stella.
He stepped on her.
Yeah, I stepped on the dog. On purpose.
Not like you can't see her.
No, I couldn't see her. She was behind the chair with the tail sticking out. Big slurps going on that clock. All right, I put it in a oven bag. That should be able to just handle the heat of the boiling water. So 2 minutes from right now, I want to pull it out. Last week, 3 minutes was too long, though. It definitely got some packaging flavoring from being in there for too long. So I've got to be vigilant about getting it out of there, or it'll have a flavor of the retort. So this should be interesting. This does have coffee in it, right? Yeah. Okay. Stick my nose in there. Let's see what it smells like. Oh, that doesn't smell good. It smells like sorbitol. I don't know what exactly is in here. The gum looks pretty good. No, yeah, it looks pretty daggone good. There's like maybe a slight amount of fade. I'd say that's probably how it was brand new. We have our cream substitute, dry, non-dairy, 6 grams of sugar, Amstar, same as last week. You got the black matches with white tip, DD Bean & Sons, and you got your Stickney and Pour iodized salt. Ingredients: salt, sodium silico, aluminate, dextrose, 0.1 potassium iodide. Coffee instant type 1. Oh. All right, I gotta go get that out. That's the end result right there. Yeah, put it in a roast to roast a turkey in, because that's what I had extra in there. So, what else? We have, oh, that is a great looking example. Chocolate candy bar with toffee enriched sweet, type 7 style 1. Look at that. Who made this? Wilbur. Still making chocolate today. The Wilbur's, I think their little mascot's a bunny rabbit, if I'm not mistaken. Am I right about that? I think I am. 1 ounce bar. It's definitely got a smell to it. And that is a good looking bar. That is a really good looking bar. I do not have one of these. I don't know that I'm going to open that, guys. We'll see. We'll see. It's fun to look at. And some more blue butt ration, because, you know, needs to be blue. If it ain't blue, then what are you doing? Where did that come from? Where did that come from? A leaf, like burnt too. That's really weird. It almost had to have came out of that accessory packet, I think. All right. We don't need the matches. I never get to the gum. Never use the toilet paper. And I never use the salt. So that stuff can go right back in there and go right back in here. Along with any other packaging that I can preserve, which I don't need that. I got one of those right here from last week. Peanut butter. Give it a good knead. Maybe. Oh, it's a little stiff. Not gonna lie. Gotta be some oil up in there somewhere. Yeah, that feels about right. A little stiff down in these corners still. Just these two on the bottom. That should work. Okay. Crackers. Doubt we're going to get a hiss here, but let's find out. Nothing. Whew, man, they smell a little weird. Like last week's. They look good, though. Man, they got a little bit of that bleachy smell to them. They weren't sealed the best. They were sealed with air in there, and I think that's really what hurts them. I think they're probably going to be edible. Barely. The salt helps them out a lot, for me anyway. Kind of kills some of that taste, as long as it doesn't have any weird mouth effect of like numbing, then we'll be all right. So we got the round cookies, chocolate covered, looking brand new. Probably no hiss, but let's find out. Nope, no hiss. Yeah. Two become one. I don't even know why they made two, because they are not. I've tried to separate these before. Now, they do look perfect. These actually look better than any that I've had before. No darkness to them in any, not even a little bit in any spot. But look at that. See, they're just completely melted. And I don't think this like happened afterwards. I think it's how they were put in here. I'd say that they were probably kind of still warm. Oh, they smell amazing though. Wow. Now, I will say, I've had the round ones before, and they do taste better than the rectangle ones. I don't know why. Because they're supposed to be the same, except round, you know. But these are making my mouth water. They are so... This is one of those rare desserts that's pretty hard to find in this kind of condition. I mean, really. That's a good looking dessert there. Now, the strawberries. I don't want to open these until I'm ready to eat them, because I feel like they're probably going to absorb humidity quickly. So when it's time to try those, I will open those. And that I want to set out of the way. Let's get this coffee going real quick. I'm going to make the coffee in this white cup so we can see it a little better. Made by General Foods Corporation. Food Service Products Division, White Plains, New York. I got to go over to Bourbon Street Joe's channel and see what he's got going on video-wise. Whenever he went and met up with Trucker, I watched that and then clicked the link. That's been a couple weeks ago. Well, maybe 3 weeks ago. 2-3 weeks ago. Doesn't seem like that long ago. Look at that. I mean, Just perfection. Still 2.2 grams on that weight there. Look at that. Oh, it smells so good. I want to get it all out of there. I don't want to waste any of it. Still, you can't really get it all out of there unless you put like water in there, but that's almost all of it. Save most of the packaging. I don't save the sugars. Alright. And even going for the creamer. I did it last week. This feels like it's still good to go. So take a look at it. Oh yeah, looking good. Actually better than last week's even, I would have to say. Last week's had a, well, I mean, it's got a little bit of a yellow tint to it, but it is creamer, so it's to be expected. Looks pretty daggone good. What was that? Alright, let's give it some hot water, and we're ready to get the ground beef in spiced sauce out and take a look at it. I am curious. Okay. Bourbon Street Joe said he's going to film a new one tomorrow. Well, I'm sure most folks that'll go over there now, everything will be new to them, so. Alright. Just going to have to probably just rip that open here. Alright. There's the hole. Just going to go ahead and do that. Oh, it's like Sloppy Joe, kind of. That's what it looks like. Try to get all of it out of there that I can without making a huge mess. It smells good though. It smells sweet, like barbecue sauce, which is to be expected, I think. Got most of it out of there except that little bit right there. I don't know if I can get it or not. Okay, that's it. That's definitely good enough. I'm curious if this is going to be any good or not. Where's my spoon at? There it is. All right. Ground beef, spiced sauce. Kind of looks like a hamburger in barbecue sauce, pretty much like Sloppy Joe, kind of. It smells like barbecue sauce, really, but it's got, I don't know, it's kind of got a little bit of that Sloppy Joe smell to it. Tomato for sure. I smell that. I don't know. Let's give it a try. Yeah, or manwich, yeah. Kind of looks more like manwich, but it kind of smells more like Sloppy Joe. All right, let's give it a try. Here we go. That's a big bite to start with, right? I don't know. All right, down the hatch. Hmm. Hmm. Well, dang it. I feel like I barely got a coating going on in my mouth. Slight numbness along it's accompanying that. Dang. I really wanted to eat this too because it looks so presentable. I mean, it's like it looks right. This is what I'm sure what it's supposed to look like. And it doesn't really taste too bad. It's got a slight metallic flavor to it, and it's got something is just flavor wise is off about it. I like it. I like the texture too. I like the chew of the meat. I don't mind the sauce that's encompassing everything. It's really not bad. Let's see if these crackers are edible, because I think these two are going to go really well together like a dip. I mean, she's okay, I guess, for right now. That smell, though.
What cat was outside?
What was it?
Goose.
She was probably just at the door.
Yeah, Stella get out the door. She had to have. I don't hear her. And the door's open.
Unless she's back the hallway. You better check.
All the lights are off.
Where's your mom? Alright, hang on. We might have an escaped dog. I'll be right back. Really?
Yep.
Who left the door open?
Me, I was the last one.
Dude, you better hope she ain't went after a skunk. Straight into the field. Go. Take a flashlight.
God, dude.
Oh, man. Stupid dog. She'll go straight for it. Oh, I hope. Not in the mood to deal with a dog being sprayed tonight. Cracker. Salty. Stinky. Kind of Play-Doh smell. I mean, it definitely has this like chemical tinge to it that's it's actually pretty strong. It's not really bleachy per se. I really can't. The last crackers had a similar smell to them. I feel like it wasn't as strong. I'm not going to get the smaller bite here. I'm going to try these. We'll see. Let's find out. I don't think there's anything wrong with them. I think that's just how they were. Oh, wait a second. Whoa, no way did that do that to my mouth. Hang on a second. I gotta try more. I gotta try a bigger bite. If that numbed my mouth, if that's not this causing that, or like a combination of the two causing my mouth to go numb, I mean, the texture is, you couldn't ask for a better texture. It's got a really nice crunch to it. It's salty. Flavor's really not bad either. But I'll tell you, what it's doing to my mouth is not pleasant. think the MRE was punctured like a pin. Impossible to see, but it was. Like a pinhole, you mean? I don't think so. I don't think it was I think I cut it. I'm going for it. I don't care. This is it's a little bit of a I don't know how I describe it. This is borderline. As the Chicken a la King was fully edible, everything in it was fully edible, even the cheese spread. And this one, on the other hand, I don't know. We'll see. Dog's back. Good to go, Ethan?
Yeah, I got her.
Where was she?
Out in the field by some deer.
But she didn't get sprayed.
No, I don't smell her.
Oh, you'd smell it.
Yeah, I don't smell anything. Where's Mom? Thought I heard her outside.
No. I never heard her come down the hallway. You can go check.
I thought I heard someone yelling at me.
I've been hearing Sebastian ever since especially the last couple of days I've been hearing him walking around. Heard him barking a couple times. I thought that would subside by now, but it has not. Some days it's definitely more pronounced than others. I don't get it. The crackers and this taste really, all right together. It's coating my mouth with a numbness, but it's nothing like, it barely. To you, it'd probably be intense. To me, it's like, it's on the very low end of the spectrum of the numbness. But I really like how the crackers flavor mixes with this. They are definitely meant to be together. And this, I feel like if I'd have had to eat these back in the 80s, all the way up to probably like 88, 89, you was getting first generations, this would have been pretty high up on my list of favorites. I would love to have this completely fresh. Like a frozen one or something. But this is not bad. Not bad at all. On its own, pretty underwhelming. Crackers, on its own, very underwhelming. But together, I gotta say, not bad. Yeah. Other than that, like, little bit of weird mouthfeel, and the beef itself has a weird, it's got a weird flavor to it. I don't think it should have, maybe. Maybe it should, though. Maybe that's normal. Maybe it was normal from new. When fresh. But as far as I'm concerned, right now, eating this like a dip is certainly the way to go. They balance each other out perfectly. I don't understand. Everything I don't like about the crackers literally disappears. I don't taste it at all, like that Play-Doh-y. And that weird, I don't even know how to describe that flavor that I'm getting from this that I don't like. But when I mix the two together, it tastes normal. I don't really have I don't have any complaints here about these two together. Now, I do want to see what's going on with this, which I've never had bad peanut butter before out of a ration that I can recall. I don't think that it's a thing because they use all natural peanut butter. As long as it's sealed, it should always be fine. It's very, very velvety smooth here. Kind of oily. This is some oily peanut butter. Give it a try. That is some pretty strong peanut butter. A lot of intense peanut flavor coming from that. It's very, very smooth, very runny almost. Here, that's it's dripping. Oh, cool. Awesome sauce. So, yeah, this is not really typical for MRE peanut butter. Now, first generation MRE peanut butter that's mixed up really good, it's not that uncommon. But this isn't really what you get with MRE. It's typically quite a bit thicker than this. But very, very strong peanut flavor there. You know, what's weird though, which I can barely talk because it's certainly got that. I wouldn't say it's super thirst provoking, but it is thirst provoking nonetheless. The peanut butter doesn't help that weird flavor with the crackers. I don't like that. They're just Going to get this coffee to wash some of that out of my mouth. Holy cow, that's hot. Whoo! Super hot. Burnt my tongue. I mean, it's still steaming. I don't know if you can see it, but it's hotter than it looks. Usually coffee that's that hot will have steam rolling off of it. But I can see the steam still coming off of it. It's just not rolling off of it. It must have to do with the humidity and the temperature in here. Oh, CT. What did CT say in a super chat? Wow, I missed it a long time ago. Oh, I'm out of here. I don't get a Saturday until Monday. Hope this doesn't get you sick, dude. Good night, all. Well, if it does, I'm screwed because I got a long day tomorrow of stuff to do. I was supposed to go to my uncle's tomorrow, and I literally minutes before I was set to start this live stream, my sister texted me and said that it's been called off because they don't think he's going to make it through the day tomorrow. It's my dad's brother, the one that I kind of looked up to their family. I'll get into that here in a minute when I'm closing out this live stream. And got to get that done for Miss Renee too. So to hold everything over till next week, I'm gonna. Yeah. See. Yeah. I mean, it'd be nice to be able to split these. But it's just going to do that. It's just going to mess them up. Well, let's start with these two pieces here. Give those a try. Thank you for the super chat, by the way, CT. You did not have to do that, especially taking off. I hope I caught you before you did take off to say goodnight, and safe travels to you, my friend. Yeah, it would have been nice to do the peanut butter sandwich, but that ain't going to happen. It'll have to be a topper, if anything else. Or if anything, it'll just have to be on top of it. So let's see how the cookie itself is. Crunchy. I like the texture right off the bat. That's what made me go, All the flavors just so much better than the newer ones. It really is. The chocolate's more of a real chocolate. Not only texture, but also flavor. It's sweeter than the other ones. I would say it's like a mild sweetness. I wouldn't say it's a real strong, overpowering sweetness. I would like to get these separated. It's just, I know it's probably not going to happen. Yeah, no. I'd literally have to just keep cutting through them like that, do the whole thing. Oh, ha! Listen. Well, that should tell you right there, or show you. Like, these were put together that way. They didn't melt together that way later on. Very cool. They came apart. I didn't expect that. You guys, I'm sure, realize that. Awesome, though. I get to try the cookie. Yeah, let's give it its good side here. The cookie. Look at that cookie. Chocolate covered cookie. These are called Reagan cookies, nicknamed by the MRE community, or Sean and Steve, and some other folks on MRE Info. I can't remember who. Give them that name. But, yeah, let's give them a try. It's perfection. A lot of times when I have those cookies where there's like the newer ones has like a lot of wax in the chocolate, and it kind of dulls the chocolate flavoring down. The chocolate flavoring here is a lot more pronounced, a lot more cocoa-ish, esque, whatever. You know what I mean. I find myself wanting to eat more of this, honestly, with the cracker. But now that I've dug into this, I really don't want to go back to that. Dilemmas. What to do? Let me get the chocolate off my knife. There we go. Because I still got strawberries to open up and some peanut butter to put on there, and try the peanut butter on that, which, we'll see. You know what? Excuse me. Get a drink. Wash that cookie down real quick. Cleanse my palate. Oh, I forgot it's so hot. So good, though. Creamy. Lightly sweet. Nice tannins going on in that coffee with that little bit of like a dry bitterness to it. Oh, so good. If I had coffee like that to drink every morning, then I would be a coffee drinker. Not that I wouldn't drink coffee. I never make coffee or anything. So it's just not something I do. Yeah, that's a great dip with the crackers. It's great. I feel like probably need more of those, more of the crackers to be able to eat all this and this, unless you're just using a lot of that over here, which a lot of guys would save up crackers and have like 2 packs when they had something like this, which is probably what typically happened. It's like refreshing for a cup of coffee. It's pretty refreshing. Boy, now that I've had this really good stuff over here, I'm getting that numbness on the back of my tongue. It's not real. It's not sharp. It's not real bad or anything, but it's just it's kind of a shock from being so cleansed and having such a clean palate and going back and it's certainly edible for me and probably just about anybody, to be honest. I think just about anybody could probably eat most of this. I wouldn't advise you to eat it all. Half of it, 2.5 ounces of it, I'd say you could get by with without getting too bad of a stomach ache. But if that's causing numbness in my mouth, it's also going to be doing the similar type of situation in my stomach. The stomach acid's in there to break it down, but it's certainly going to be some sort of chemical reaction going on. Now let's see what these strawberries look like. Never had MRE strawberries before. I've seen them. I've seen other people get them. I've seen other people in the same room as me get them. Heck, out of my case before. But I never had them myself. Look at that. It's in good shape. That's looking good. Or it looks good. Let's see if it is. Oh, yeah. That feels perfect. Something about the MRE fruits is they add a syrup to these when they poured them in their little square forms. They added sugar to it and made them sweet. And oh my goodness, are they. It's just different than any other freeze-dried fruit that you're going to just go to the store and buy. It's like a freeze-dried fruit cup. So if you had a fruit cup of strawberries in syrup and poured it in a little square and freeze-dried it in that square, this is what would come out. Let's try it. Oh. Wow. That is like candy. It's phenomenal. The strawberries are really nice and ripe too. They're not like sour or like a hard texture. Oh. It's good and it's good for you. I wish they would go back to putting freeze-dried fruit in rations. They really need to. It would get guys eating fruit, eating something healthy, that's actually got vitamin C, that's natural vitamin C, natural sugars that your body can use for energy, instead of the, the additives that your body doesn't like that well, especially when you get a bunch of it. This is just, whew. Who's my child afraid of her shadow? I wonder. Wait, who's my child afraid of her shadow? I wonder. Is your child afraid? I can't believe how good this is. Especially with the packaging being weird like that, I wasn't sure it was even going to be edible. Now that bite just dissolved in my mouth and turned to this sweet, sharp, strawberry flavored goodness. I mean, it's literally like this amazing candy. See, this is what makes eating these old rations and old MREs so fun, is you get an experience like this. Look, I guarantee you, I'd almost guarantee, I can't say 100% for sure, that not one of the other menus is going to have strawberries in it. I doubt it. I doubt any other menu has strawberries in it, but it could. But man, this is just such a treat. And I'll probably not have another strawberries like this in a long time. So I want to savor this and enjoy it while I can, you know. What a treat. Let's get a close-up of that. Look at that. That's freeze-dried perfection right there. Nice. Really good. Look at the inside of that strawberry right there. The seeds. And then you got that syrup that's holding everything together. That's really the kicker, in my opinion. That's where you're getting all that sweetness. Which the strawberries, I'll bet, are pretty sweet because they're nice and ripe. Fold that over so I don't get no humidity to it. I could eat 10 of those. I mean, without even thinking twice about it. Which, of course, getting 10 of those would cost a fortune nowadays. And, like, good luck finding 10 edible ones. Really. I hate to, but I guess I'm gonna rinse that wonderful flavor out of my mouth. It's so good. And eat a little bit more of this, and I'm gonna try it with the peanut butter. I don't know that the peanut butter is going to do it any justice, but we will find out if it's a upgrade or a downgrade for this cookie. The peanut butter does not help that cookie at all. It just tastes weird. What is that flavor? It's like when those flavors mix together, it doesn't taste like peanut butter. It doesn't taste like the cookie anymore. And it creates this new flavor. It's not good until the peanut butter kind of washes away. Now it's back to the cookie again. Which is just so good. Went missing July 6th, has been found August 4th. And he's left this earth. August 4th. Ain't it like way past August 4th? I don't know what today's date is at all. I think it's the end of the month, right? I don't even know. It's pretty bad. Yeah, so like 22 days ago. It's never good to hear anybody that's passed, so. I don't really like crunchy cookies that much. I like a soft batch cookie, right? I'd say probably most people do. Not all, but at least 51%, which would constitute most. Something about the way the coating kind of pulls the texture into this it kind of makes it like a soft, crunchy chew. Well, it's crunchy, but it's got, I don't know how to describe it other than like an added softness to it. And the cookie itself gets pretty soft pretty quick. And it's still got a crunch to it, but it's like, this is one of those things that I wish everybody in the chat right now could try. Just like the fruitcake from last week, like, oh, it was like heaven. It was so good. I've been craving another fruitcake like that all week, which I don't have. There's not even one in that box. There's only one. It was in Chicken a la King, and there is no more. There's an orange nut cake, a maple nut cake, a cherry nut cake, and a pineapple nut cake. That might be pretty good. Yum, 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 yum. I'm going to enjoy. That was weird. Because I don't see anything that could have done that. Been a whole thing. I had to get my house appraised the other day. And told them about what happened, what I know. I know they have to disclose that if someone else was to buy the place, which I already know, like, it's not a thing. And I'm just praying that all that goes smoothly and goes according to what I would like for it, at least somewhat like what I would like for it to pray that I just can't even make it happen. Like, I don't want to have to start over. Now see, like, right here's a hair. Like, not even a hair. I think it's like a piece of, like, off a pillow or something. But there was nothing like that when I just saw that. Because I looked really hard, and there was nothing. I'm not going to dip the chocolate-covered cookie into the coffee. Now, I do have this beautiful example of a chocolate bar, of an early MRE chocolate bar. It's not a desert bar. It's not a Mars bar. It's made by Wilbur Chocolate Company, which also made a lot of the, not a lot, but some of the discs. The best chocolate disc, which I think it had almonds in it, if I'm not mistaken. Or it might have had toffee. It was either toffee or almonds, one or the other. The best one that I ever had was made by Hershey's. Hands down, I ate one of them, ate the whole thing, loved it, ate it with some peanut butter, ate it by itself. And I saved one because I'd never seen one made by Hershey's before. Friggin' awesome. And it tasted so good. It was so good. So good. This doesn't really smell good. It smells like sorbitol. And that ingredients list is pretty massive, actually. Look how long that ingredients list is. It's all this. Sugar. And then it says toffee contains sugar, margarine, corn syrup, brown sugar, almonds, butter, artificial flavoring, salt, and lectin. That's what's in the toffee. And then in the chocolate, we got non-fat dry milk, vegetable fat, other than cocoa butter, chocolate liqueur, sorbitol, or sorbitan, monostearate, polysorbate, 60, salt, ascorbic acid, vitamin C, which is vitamin C, vanilla, that's a weird one, vanillin, 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 chillin, like vanillin, artificial flavoring, vitamin A, BHA, thiamine, hydrochloride, and vitamin B1. So not sorbitol, sorbitan, and monostearate polysorbate 60, and then it's got the sorbic acid and the vanillin, like chillin', like vanillin, like a villain. So weird. Spelled like villain, except, there's an A-N in front of the I. Weird. Weird, weird, weird. Made from wood? Really? So it's fake vanilla, right? It says artificial flavoring. I'm assuming it's like fake vanilla stuff. Oh, it's artificial vanilla. Yeah. Like, you want some vanilla? We ain't got none of the real stuff. We got this vanillin. Try that. Pretty hard little candy bar. It's not broken, which is also really cool. It's not like flopping around in there. So I just threw it on the table, and I think I broke it, actually. Son of a... Did I? Can't tell. I think it is broken in the middle. I think I broke it. I did. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. Why did I do that? I don't know. I don't know why I threw it onto the table. It was like that far off the table when I tossed it, and then it must have... Maybe it was already broke. Maybe it was already broken in half. Maybe. So I keep thinking Wilbur is Palmer. But doesn't Wilbur make Palmer chocolates? Because I was thinking the little rabbit. Little rabbit's Palmer, not Wilbur. This is Wilbur out of Lititz. L-I-T-I-T-Z. Lititz, PA, Pennsylvania. I don't know. I really do want to put this one in my collection, but I know it's probably not going to taste... It's probably edible. I just think that sorbitan and maybe that fake vanilla, which just does have chocolate liqueur in it. Liqueur. Chocolate liquor. I'm in the liquor. It's still there and still open. Smokey opens at 9 tomorrow. What, Wilbur? Is that what we're talking about? We're talking about Wilbur. Wilbur Chocolate Company. I don't know if that's it. Do they make Ghirardelli's? Yeah, it is Wilbur Chocolate Company. Ghirardelli. Oh, why? No. Wilbur Chocolate Company. It just had Chocolate Company. I don't want a Chocolate Company. I want Wilbur. Wilbur. Now, does Wilbur make Palmer? I don't know. Yeah, there's a Wilbur chocolate retail store that has 1,231 reviews. It needs 3 more to have 1, 2, 3, 4 reviews. 1,234 reviews. Needs 3 more. Like the numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Love it. But it's not there yet. Almost. 3 away. 3 of you guys. Review. Love Wilbur. Seen it in an MRE. Something. Yep. Opens at 9 a.m. on Saturday. Saturday is one of their least active days. It looks like. Oh, well. Yeah, it looks like nobody ever goes there. According to this little chart. of how active they are. Right here. Few people show up around, when they open. By noon, there's, a couple people showed up. By like 2:30, there's probably 4 people in the store. And by 4 o'clock, everybody's out. They're done. Boop. 2 p.m. is usually a little bit busy, it says. More about Wilbur Chocolate Retail Store. Wilbur Chocolate's been around since 1884, an American original. Wilbur Chocolate brand has been delivering premium, high-quality chocolate. This is their own write-up, it looks like. Wilbur Buds. Wilbur Buds. Looks like they do... they the ones that do the chocolate-covered cherries. I know I've seen this Wilbur name on something. I know I have. Huh. Let's just look down here and see. 125 years of perfection. The Wilbur Bud owes its name to the unlikely source of inspiration, nature. In 1894, founder W.O. Wilbur developed a process that deposited specially blended aged chocolate into a solid shape that resembled a flower bud. While a lot has changed since 1984, the Wilbur Bud is still a local favorite. And Littit's icon. Made according to Mr. Wilbur's original recipe, available in both semi-sweet and milk chocolate varieties, the Bud remains the most beloved and of all Wilbur chocolate treats, and is still manufactured in the heart of central Pennsylvania. Huh. So it kind of looks like a button to me, this thing here. I do believe that's the Bud that they are speaking of. Bud? Is that what I said? Wait a second. What did I call it? What do they call it? Wilbur Bud is still a local favorite. Yeah, calling it a Bud. Calling it a Bud. And then they got like a kiss looking with the little twist at the top. A little bloop. To me, this really doesn't look like so much of a upscale fancy chocolate. It kind of looks like I would say middle ground, middle tier kind of working man's chocolate. I mean, anybody could eat this chocolate. If you're rich, if you're not so rich, or anybody in between. Huh. Well, it doesn't really tell me if they're one of these the company that, see, they do chocolate covered cherries. I hear cordial cherries. I know I've seen Wilbur before. Maybe it was on caramels or something. It was on something, but I'm not seeing anything that's like, oh yeah, that's it. That's it. All right, I'm getting out of here. Wilbur's cool though. Wilbur's cool. It's interesting to see. Who made the? I think Sterling Baking Company made the chocolate covered cookies, and boy, did they do a good job with that. Looks like I took a bite. I broke it off there, but can I zoom? I can. Bloop. I wish I had like more of a downward angle, but I'll just back up and it'll be flatter. Instead of dipping it, that don't work so well because I get chunks that I don't want to swallow. Although that did taste really good. The bitterness and the kind of like tart with this really nice milk, like a milk chocolate here. Really nice combination. Mm. Sterling. Obviously, I heard of Marlin and Henry, but Sterling, not ringing a bell. Down the wrong hole. I'm going to save half for later. I could eat this right now, though. It's so good. One more bite. Mm. I didn't think it could get better than just eating it. Coffee does improve it, actually. Believe it or not. Mm. Started as a SMG, huh? I wouldn't mind trying to get into getting some Vietnam War era, like a saw or something, which I'm sure would be like 40 grand or something stupid. And the tax stamp you got to get for it's not that bad. I want to say it's like, it's either $25 or $250, one or the other. Well, what the heck? Huh. Half a pack of Tabasco. But I also have a Polish tea sitting here. Huh. I need to make that. Don't need to leave it setting up there, that's for sure. Just get forgotten about. Nope, we're going for a Dan smoke this week. I smoked one last week too. But and these are very expensive. $2 per cigarette. 20, 40. $2 per cigarette, yeah. 20 bucks for 10. 40 for 20. And they got all these funky warnings and someone's mangled foot. Oh. And I'll use a match. No, I don't have anything for you. No, I don't have anything for you, Goose. Get down, Loose Goose, or you knock something down. I ain't seen Dan tonight. Which I probably should tell him on Slack. And I keep forgetting to do it beforehand. And here I'm getting ready to finish up. But it's been good. This has been good. Enjoyed this. And I've got coming up this coming week, for sure. This is what I've got it planned. The way I've got it planned, unless something crazy is to happen this week, which it could. Dang it. No, I mean it's not. I don't know. I don't even know how to feel about this, really, or how to express it, or how to say/think about it. My uncle and his family were the family that I looked at when I was a kid as being the most, what I would consider to be, role model-esque and normal of pretty much any family that I knew. They went to church every week. My Uncle Jimmy had a really, really nice Jeep that he drove. It was very, like, it was him. It was his. And everybody knew him because of that Jeep. I can't remember what color it was. It stood out, though. Very recognizable. And he had it forever. And this family is the ones that I kind of look to, because my family was broken, very broken. And theirs wasn't. Theirs seemed, like I said, as normal, as especially inside my family, as I had seen. So I always kind of looked at them as being, they had their stuff together, you know. And then, of course, I spent a lot of time away from them for a while, but I have been, as of late, reconnecting with that side of my family, my dad's side. So it just sucks to know that what they told me earlier, just kind of give up. I'm going to message Dan. Today, it's a day early. Okay, there we go. There was something else I was going to look up for us. Can't remember what it was. Something. One of my headlights went out on my car last night whenever I was coming home. Just told a guy in a Challenger. I was like, "Hey, man, your headlight's out. Do you know that?" He's like, "Oh yeah, it goes off and comes back on and goes off." I'm like, "Oh, look, okay." And then I drive right down the road, not, I don't know, half hour, 40 minutes. And whenever I get out, go and to check my P.O. box, one of my headlights is out. So, cool. Maybe mine will come back on. That's what I was hoping. Yeah, these things are pretty strong. Okay. Let me do what I was going to do earlier. I don't know what got me sidetracked, but here we are at the end. I'm smoking a cigarette. I'm going to talk to the chat for a minute or two, and then I got to clean up my mess. Yep. Clean it up. Pack all my stuff up. And then I got to figure out what else I'm going to get for the auction. Like I said, I got the B units I want to do. I might be able to come up with a 1951 or 2 era B something unit, B1, 2, 3. I can't remember what they are, what I've got. But the ones that's got like 6 things listed on the top: cookies, jam, coffee, cream, sugar, salt, crackers. What else? Can't remember what else. But yeah, one of those. And maybe trying to think what else I could access. See, I'd also like to not do just like single things, because I know if it's me personally and I'm buying something or something like that, I'd rather buy a lot or a group of things versus just one thing, because the shipping always doesn't make sense. And like, if I do one thing, however I package it, like, might end up having to be in a medium flat rate, or like the SRG probably has to go in a large flat rate, and I will stuff the rest of it with I've got all kinds of just different stuff. I mean, I've got crackers, I've got tons of drink mixes, I've got peanut butters, I've got jellies out the wazoo, strawberry, grape, and blackberry as well, I do believe. So I got pretty much all those. I got a bunch of stuff. I could throw some mains in there. All right, how do I do this? I need to go home. Hey, cat. Hey, hey, hey. Let's do. Don't know how to do this. Do I search for? I don't have a search bar. PayPal. Okay. Maybe that's a no. That's not an option. Let me scroll through these people. Oh, here it is. You got to scroll sideways. All right. I think I've sent more to Peter over in Poland more often than probably anybody else lately. All right. Let's do. I know that I can do this right now safely. So I don't think that gives anything away, right? Nothing. Doesn't give nothing away. Next. You can't see this. Make sure that's right. It is. Hang on. 1 and 2. There we go. Here, needed to put a message with it. There we go. And review. And there we go. I don't need to hear that. Alright, done. Okay. That's done for now. Until next week. And hopefully I can really crank that up. I don't know what will come of that. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what. Hopefully people get good deals and are happy, and all the proceeds can go to helping out Miss Renee next week. My chat disappeared. There it is. You're real. I know you're real. Shop and more for certain items. Attempt trade. I know this is the weird part where I'm like scrolling through the chat and I look like an idiot because I'm like all up on the screen and I'm doing this, but you can't really see my finger, I guess, but it's on the screen. Saw a bunch of ores in the beginning. I'm personally going to go back and watch this one to watch something like went across, and I saw it, and I looked to see if there was anything. I didn't see anything at all. One of the weirder things I've seen, because that looked like something. I don't know. It was weird. It's cool. Have you guys kept up at all with the that Kylie Rodney case at all? Adventures with Purpose. Have you guys ever watched those guys? That's a channel that's interesting to watch. Those guys, they're professional. Well, I don't know if they were professional divers. I know they had like the skill to dive, and they go and typically go on like cold case. People have been missing for anywhere from a year to I'd say I think the longest has been like 40 that I've saw personally. I'm sure they probably went longer than that. People missing like a long time, and more often than not, these people that just came up missing, no trace, no nothing, end up in a body of water. Like they drive off the road and end up in a body of water somewhere. It's pretty bizarre, honestly. I like to think to myself now, unless I get knocked out while going into the water, and then obviously you're helpless and you're going to sink and you're going to inhale that water and you're done. But if not, like I like to think I'm going to get out of there. I'm going to get out of that vehicle. I would like to think so, unless the water, even if the water's cold, I feel like it's one of those things you could fight through to a certain extent, at least to get out and be out. But I always worried about going in the river in the wintertime, because we would walk single, it's called a single gunnel, but that's when you only have one barge. Typically, when you work on the river, they almost always make you have barges together when you're working for a company. And then guys like us, I was working at the power plant up here, we would be the guys putting them together and walking those single. It's like I don't know. It's called a gunnel, but it's just basically the walkway on the side of a barge. And then you got hatch lids every so often that you have to step over. And in the wintertime, when it snows or when it's super cold and like water's been spraying up over top the heads of those barges or something, like those decks will be nothing but ice. The closest call I ever had, we had a guy that was working that didn't typically work, not with us, not on our boat. He worked somewhere else and on a different boat. And we were going out to the head of that barge, and I headed out the port side, and my buddy headed out the starboard side. We both headed out at the same time, and we both have a broom so that we can sweep the gunnels off because they get a bunch of coal on them. And we're walking out through there, and I make it like I'm walking down a rake end, so it's like it's got a pitch to it about, I don't know, about it's not like super steep, but it's got a pitch to it. It's covered with ice and snow, mainly packed down snow that's turned to ice because it like kind of thawed in the daytime and then refroze at night. It was real cold, and I made it maybe 10 feet down that side, and my feet just came straight out from underneath of me, and I went straight back. Thank God I went straight back, because had I went to the side and I'd ended up in the water, and I ended up on the bad side in between the barge and the barge unloader. So there was like, if you end up in there, first of all, if you don't hit a beam on your way down, because there's some huge I-beams right there that you can fall on, which would keep you from going in the water. But could kill you in the meantime, because you're falling like 13, 15 feet, because it's right down by the water typically. But my feet came straight out from underneath me, and that pilot that we were working with that night got straight on the radio, "Man overboard, man overboard." And I'm like struggling, trying to get just to my elbows so that I could get a hold of my radio and say, "No, man, I'm still on the deck. I'm still on the deck," because I fell straight back on my back. And you have to wear a vest all the time, and my vest kind of kept me from slamming my back too awful bad. It hurt, but it didn't hurt too bad. And I'm like a turtle, basically trying to get up. And I'll never forget that, because he was freaking out, like, which, good. It's good that he was observant. He watched it happen and immediately thought that I was overboard. But that was like one of the scariest times that I thought that I almost went in cold water. It was close. It was close. Had I like spun just a little bit, I'd have been in the water, and it would have been bad. But I would have been on the bank side, which is really the side you want to go in if you're going to go in, so that you're not that far from being able to swim over to the bank. But when it's that cold, you're in the water 30 to 60 seconds, and your muscles start locking up and you can't move. And the place where I work has the worst current I've ever seen on the entire river. I've been from the very beginning of the Ohio River all the way to the other end to the very end of the Ohio River, where it dumps into the Mississippi, and there's not another hole of water on the Ohio River that's that's not even close to as mean as the current is up here. It's mean. And right down from where I work at, which is right down here by my house too, right here, there's a little bend in the river right here, and then there's a sharp bend. But right down here, there's a hole. I want to say it's 170 foot deep. It's the second deepest hole in the Ohio River, and it's right here. It's weird the way the current like kind of washes it out, and the boats, when they make that turn, the wheel wash kind of shoves that mud and dirt and digs it out and digs it out. It's pretty crazy. And in some spots, I mean, it's not even deep enough for a barge to be setting in, and it not to be like scraping the bottom. It's, when I say scraping the bottom, it's like sludge. It's not really a hard bottom. It's just this really nasty, like, not quicksand, but may as well be really soft, sludgy stuff that just kind of gets shoved out of the way. Spent a lot of years on the river. Yeah. I've done some interesting jobs. I've got stories that are fun to tell, I guess, that were hard to acquire. It wasn't nothing I did was easy. I did manual labor my whole life, my whole work career. Outside of, I guess my first job was at Dairy Queen, and I was either 12 or 13 when I got my first job. I want to say I was making like right around $3 an hour. It was nothing. Like, I was making nothing. I want to, maybe it was a little more than that. Maybe it was like 4. I can't remember. I don't remember what I got paid, but I know it was like nothing. And then I started construction, and then I got out and did. I was a traveling electrician for a while, and I did that for on and off. I mixed careers, and they overlapped. I did that, and I was a boilermaker and an asbestos worker also. There, I don't know, that spanned probably about a 5 to 7 year period. And then in 2007, I got a job at the aluminum plant up the road here, and that, I would have to say, I had been in a pretty gnarly situation as far as like working in heat before, because I'd worked inside a power plant on a boiler that they wouldn't turn off that was running. And whenever I'd done that, it was 303 degrees in there. Whenever they had a wet bulb that they stuck, and that was how you get the most accurate temperature. And they had to do that OSHA rules, all that, all the laws to determine how long we were allowed to stay inside before we had to come out and take a shower and cool down. So you could be in for 5 minutes and you had to be out for 20. In for 5 minutes, out for 20. Why they wouldn't shut that boiler off, I'll never know. That was down in Tennessee on a TVA plant owned by the government. That's probably got something to do with it, why they wouldn't shut it down. And then I went to work. I thought that was it. I was like, that's got to be the hottest job that you can do. And I worked in the steel mill up here. It's pretty hot, pretty nasty, but it wasn't anything like working directly on a boiler that was running, because I was cutting the insulation off, chicken wire off with a circular saw, cutting through chicken wire. It was dangerous and odd. That's not typically how you do that. It was just, they wanted it rip and tear and try to get it off there as quickly as you possibly could. But then I went to work at the aluminum plant, and I found out what real hot was. So they provide us these ice vests, just exactly what it was. Solid vest. You put it in the freezer and it would freeze solid. Like the gel packs that you put, like for 6 packs of pop, stuff like that. But they'd freeze solid. You put one of those on and it would last, if you were lucky, maybe 15 minutes. And then it would just start getting super hot. So you had to get it off. Aluminum is, I want to say 1700 degrees. And you're like when you make aluminum, you're literally standing closer than I am to the camera right now, right over the top of the molten metal, and it's just right there. I burn up so many pairs of pants, they would just literally combust. But when I started to work up there, I think it was in July or June or July, it might have been June. It was like 100 degrees outside, and then I'm standing on top of these aluminum pots, and I don't know what the temperature was, but I'm standing over top of 1700 degree metal. It was unbearable. I didn't think I was going to be able to do it. When I first started working, I was like, I don't know how you guys do this. This is just torture. It's torture. It's awful. Well, after I was there for a little while, I'll tell you. But I would come down off those pots when I first started, and it's 100 degrees outside, 98 degrees, 99 degrees, really hot. It felt like air conditioning, like just going over to them windows, and you still had residual heat from the building that was radiating out of there, and it felt like you were standing next to an air conditioner vent. It was unreal. But after about a month, I'd say after about 4 weeks of it, maybe 5, you acclimate to it. You get used to being boiling hot for short periods of time. It would not like you wouldn't stand up on top of those pots for hours on end. I mean, you might stand up on top of them for an hour and then take a break or something, but you'd be moving. Come down off a pot, go to another pot, putting these big blocks of carbon in them. It's an interesting process making aluminum. And the plant that I worked at, we had an aluminum stretcher there that was one of 2 in the world, and I guess supposedly the other one was sitting on the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean somewhere. So really, the only one functional one in the world was there. But we had contracts with Boeing and NASA, and we made the purest aluminum in the world. We made the best aluminum in the world. I don't think every batch came out that good, but most of our aluminum was like really high purity levels and really clean aluminum. It was fun. It was a fun job. I actually ended up enjoying that place and really liking what I was doing. What the heck? Yeah, I would go back and do that in a heartbeat. They shut that plant, which that was a good job, though. Man, that was a good job. They shut that plant down back when the economy crashed in 2008, and it never reopened. Never reopened. Nobody thought that would happen, but it happened. I'm sure, Elandil, I'm sure you can look it up as far as like during that era, I don't know who makes the aluminum for that type of stuff now, but during that era, we had the contract with NASA and Boeing, but we were making like, I want to say it was like, I didn't do the chemical side, but like 98 or 99% pure, maybe higher than that. Might have been like 99 something. Um, it was cool because you had to learn how to do every single job there except run the overhead crane. That was the only thing that you didn't do being in a labor pool. So you learned how to do every single job there. And then once, when when you're newer, like you're in a labor pool and you come in that day and you're doing something different. You might be tapping pots, or you might be tending pots, or you might be setting carbon, or you might, all these different jobs. So it didn't get boring. It was constantly keeping you on your toes. I enjoyed it. And it was cool because the first day I hired in there, literally the day that I went to work there, me and my entire family was covered under the insurance. You didn't have to go through no waiting period. It didn't come out of your paycheck. Like, when you stepped on that property as an employee at 7 in the morning, whenever we'd start that the first day, everybody was covered. I've never heard of any other company doing that ever. So that was really cool, and one of the better jobs you could get around here. I would say definitely at that time top 10, maybe even top 5 of the jobs that were around here. Of course, I'm sure it wasn't good for us, for anybody who worked there. Come out of there real dirty, real hot, all this stuff. But the people made the job good, made the job enjoyable. The guy that trained me, his name was Oz, and I got along really good with that guy. And I got to see him pretty recently. Well, it's been a couple years ago now, but the final episode of Eating History was playing, and I met up with him that night at my buddy's house and got to, because he works with him now, and got to hang out and talk to him. It was cool. I don't reflect on this stuff very often because I don't talk to anybody. I'm talking to you guys right now, but you guys you gotta listen. You kind of stuck listening. Waterboy was on TV a few hours ago. I guarantee what was it? The medulla oblongata in the crocodile or something like that, or in the alligator. I wonder where these are out of. I don't think these are out of a ORP. Maybe they are. They got French on them. Of course, that means nothing to me. I'm pretty sure they came out of a ration. So only 10 tissues in there. That's all. I mean, this is the way to hook up your troops with something that'll work. Like, this is nice. It's real. I mean, you blow your nose with that, and any other business you need to take care of. Now, the ORP ones, like, which these may be, or newer or something, but they're orange, and I had a thing sitting here on top of these, but they have come up missing. I don't know where they went. Do not know where they went. So a couple weeks ago, they started making and selling the Lay's potato chips with the Cool Ranch Dorito flavoring on them. If any of you guys like the Cool Ranch flavor, I highly recommend getting yourself a bag of these chips while you can, because they're doing it for a limited time again. Yeah, they did the Funyuns one. I'm not a fan, dude. I love Funyuns themselves, because like, there's nothing else like a Funyun. Nothing. I'll tell you a great combination for Funyuns. Get some Frito jalapeno cheese dip, and dip those Funyuns in that jalapeno cheese dip. Oh, that's some good stuff right there. Ooh, I haven't had that in, man, I bet I haven't eaten that in years. Which Funyuns are real expensive for what they are. Super lightweight, smaller bag, and they're expensive. But God, they're good. They're unique. Like I'm a chip and dip kind of guy. Like I enjoy, if I'm going to eat something like a taco dip, some sour cream, some taco meat, even some lettuce. I can throw some of that in there. I'll eat that. Some tomato, uh, some beans. My mouth is watering. That'd be good. Just like this stuff right here, the spiced. Ooh, it's like changed its looks. I'm gonna have to show that to you guys. It's turned white, kind of. Soft. It's good though. Still, check it out. Look at this. You see that? What the heck? I know that's not fat. It's like white. I think it's like, see how like the liquid is like drained out of it? It's like liquid's drained out of the hamburger meat or something. See how it's kind of... Oh, that's weird. Weird. I'll take it outside and see if the animals will eat it. All right, I'm going to sign off, guys. Miss Renee, her PayPal thingamajig is it's not a link, but it's her PayPal. It's in the top of the description. If you guys want to, it's there. Auction next week. Oh yeah, I'm probably gonna do one of these old new MREs that I've been eating. I'll probably do one that I know, like that I have. I don't know. I have a very, very, very good and very strong suspicion that it'll be quite good. If nothing else, the desserts in it are just awesome, and the coffee and the peanut butter. It's all really good, actually. Even the beef with spice sauce was not bad. With using the crackers as a dip mechanism. Anyway, Miss Renee's PayPal thing's down there. I'm going to attempt to get the GoFundMe thing set up so that it can be set up for a minute. Hopefully I can get that done. It seems kind of complicated, to be honest. I don't know. I'm not stupid. I don't think. I just don't know the technology. I don't do great with some technology. But listening to those how-to videos that I listened to today, I don't know if maybe it was just these people that I watched like 5 or 6 videos. I can pull up my watch list, and like some of them were 20 minutes long. Maybe it was their agenda mixed in with like trying to give you strategies on how to raise money and stuff, and I'm like, that's not what I want. I just want to know how to set it up. Just how to set it up. That's it. Basics, real basic. Just what do I need to do to make it be there, to make it available to others, where I can have a link and say, here's the link. If you guys want to help, here's the GoFundMe. There's a goal set on it. Let's try to hit that goal. Because as of so far, I've sent straight, just sent the PayPal. You guys sent to the PayPal. It's the PayPal thing. Last week, I can't check. Miss Renee, if she's still in here, she'd have to tell you what the total was. I think it was like I want to say it was like 800 and something. It was something like that. I don't know. Can't remember. Anyway, so fingers crossed I'm going to be able to get some more done this week. And then, as long as nothing happens, but it could, because I just told you guys what I kind of have going on that's kind of an unpredictable. I don't know what's going to happen with that. Anyways, my goal is to do the auction next Saturday as long as nothing changes. So look for that. And I'm going to do. I'm going to pull all the items and take pictures, and I'll try to put those on a couple different posts or one post, whatever. I might make the same post a couple times so people that miss it might catch it, see what I'm putting up there. And then I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do it yet either. I am open to suggestions from you guys. Again, this is not to make anything. This is to help Miss Renee. It's all going to that. Whatever comes of it, comes of it. Whatever, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That's once I put them in this thing, that it doesn't matter what they go for. So, all that blabbering of myself being done, I appreciate all you folks that are still here. Because you didn't have to be. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for being here. Thanks everybody for your super chats tonight. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you guys for all your kindness to Miss Renee over the past week. It's highly appreciated. Highly, highly, highly appreciated. I think it's great to be able to help someone out that needs help, because if I needed help or you needed help, we hope that someone would do this for us, right? Like, I think that's kind of the whole thing here, really. Treating others the way we'd want to be treated. Okay, thanks to my patrons, guys. That was my goal, was to do the patron thing, and I couldn't figure out the tax, how like to do the tax thing on it. So it's just sitting there, and I intended to pay myself back for some things that I'd gotten for later, and I just couldn't figure it out. So, anyways, I will see you guys. Hopefully, the goal is for next Saturday. If something changes, I will most likely make a post, just because it could change. Don't forget the thumbs up or down. I don't care either way. Feedback is feedback. Check out Booger Butt doing a giveaway. CT's channel, obviously. Subscribe to all the Canadians. Smitty, CT, BTemple, Bourbon Street Joe, also Canadian. Bourbon Street Joe's new Canadian channel. That yeah, I think I still need to subscribe to that channel myself. I may be subscribed already. I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to check here. Hopefully, I'll remember here in a minute after I get cleaned up and stuff. Well, in a little bit. There was something else I needed to mention. History Saviors channel. Go subscribe to History Saviors channel. I think he's sending a couple things in, or he's planning to send a couple things in for the auction as well. So we'll see what we come up with. Oh yeah, and Miss Gail, she's doing the quilt, which will be, I know that'll be awesome. Yeah, I guarantee you that's going to be really, really good. Good stuff. I think she said she sold her last one for like $300 or $400, $300 or $400, something like that's what she like will typically sell it for. And she's donating her time, her effort to help Miss Renee out, and by hooking somebody up with a quilt, and you get to customize it. How cool is that? You get to pick like collars or threads or something. I'll get the details on that, and I'll put that in a picture as well. All right, I guess I think I've covered everything. Yeah, I'm just going to call it good. If I forgot something, I forgot something. Again, thank you guys. And I guess now all I got left to do is say, I'll see y'all on the next live stream. Later.